What's going on YouTube? Daxdleader here, coach of your Montreal Canadiancies, and we are here for week 2 of the CPL. We are currently 1-0, which doesn't mean much, except that we have a better record than Cameron, which is the most important thing right now. By that logic, this game is incredibly important, because if we want to stay ahead of him and he wins this week, we absolutely have to as well. So, what I've done here is I've organized his team from fastest to slowest. I'm gonna throw up his team, like the doc page here anyway, just so you guys get to see what his Z users are. And with that, let's hop right into the team builder. So, first off, we got Penance the Arrow. I've got enough speed for Zara. She's real. Excuse me. Alright, I have EQ for the aforementioned one, as well as Heatran. Wing Attack is great neutral coverage against the rest of his team, but primarily for Lopunny and Roserade. Crunch catches Slowbro on the switch, and if I get the defense drop, I guarantee kill max HP, max defense bold Slowbro with the second one, even with 2 min rolls, provided he's not Lefties or Colberberry. My last move here is Defog, mainly because I didn't want to run it on Latios or Scizor, as you'll see later on. My next 3 Mons have very similar spreads. They all hit 323 speed, outrunning Haxorus, but not Lopunny. Max attack or max special attack, and the rest in HP. Except for this Weavile right here, which I threw 4 EVs in defense into just so I could hit an odd HP stat. So I absolutely wanted to Weavile this game, because I knew I would be able to run Adamant. Also, his only dark resists are weak to low kick, right? If you look at his team right here. That's super nice for me. Ice Blue Crash is another really spammable stab move if you look across his team, and by consequence, Ice Shard becomes awesome priority, which can catch his Scarfers and Fast Mons. I have Life Orb to maximize my damage output while still being able to switch up my moves. Yeah. Okay, cool. Next Mon, Hardcore the Manaphy, returns again with a standard Tailgale 3 attack set. Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball hits his whole team neutrally. I have Waterium Z to nuke that Umbreon, which I set up on naturally. This is a pretty straightforward Manaphy set. Next up, Lackluster the Latios. Scarf Draco is my most reliable way to revenge kill a DD Haxorus. Psychic is really nice, secondary stab, mainly for, again, Roserade and Lopunny though. And Earthquake hits Heatran really hard, even uninvested. I hope I remember to do this. Yes, I did. I have a minus timid nature, and typically, okay, no, never mind. Okay, what I was gonna say is typically this set would default to a 0 attack spread, but I think because I have Earthquake on it, it wouldn't have done that. But anyway, I made sure I had 31 IVs, rather. Okay, that's my Latios. Wait, so Trick. Trick is here to catch Slowbro and Umbreon, which are pretty likely switch-ins to this thing. That's gonna be pretty helpful if I can catch one of those and cripple it for the remainder of the game. Next, Reina the Nidoqueen. Physically defensive, so I can just kind of sit in front of Zeraora. Dual hazards, Earth Power and Ice Beam, with Black Sludge, and the sheer force ability is super nice. Because if you look at his team, his only hazard removers are Defog on Togekiss and Rapid Spin on Armaldo. He can also remove Toxic Spikes with Roserade because it's a grounded poison type. But yeah, I have Ice Beam, which is super effective against both of these two, and Earth Power just does a whole lot to almost everything else. I'm looking at you, Mesprit. That's everything. Except, let's touch on the speed real quick. I actually didn't put this in my notes. I'm trying to remember what I had this speed for. 197. Probably... 190. There you go. Uninvested Mesprit. That's what my speed is for. Cool. Okay. And last but not least, we have Madison Sparkles, the Scizor. This is an offensive pivot set. Scizor is the only thing I have to take hits from Mamoswine, really, or just switch into it at all. Take any hit, any one hit. And I can threaten it out with a Bullet Punch. Superpower is to catch the Heatran or hit the Lopunny if I have to. And U-Turn is just an awesome momentum gaining attack that does a crap ton to Umbreon or Slowbro. Roost and Leftovers let me recover off HP if I have to take set hits from Mamoswine or even Lopunny. And that's the team. With that, we're gonna hop into... Oh wait, I didn't say who we're playing, did I? Okay, okay, we're against Fancify and the Charlotte Sharpedoes. Really sorry about that. And, alright, yeah, let's hop into this game. Okay, so we're in the game, and looking at his team, the first thing I noticed, no Zeraora. So, he can't Volt Switch turn 1 or anything. Which is, yeah, super nice. So, what I'm thinking is his only lead, really, is, he can get up rocks with Mamoswine or Heatran. If he, and, yeah, I don't think he would lead with Heatran, actually, because I have Nidoqueen and Aerodactyl as my rock setters, and Scizor doesn't outspeed. So, yeah, based on what can get up rocks turn 1, I'm gonna predict his Mamoswine lead, and I'm actually gonna lead with Scizor. So kind of a hard read turn 1, not even turn 1. Alright, so he's gonna lead off with that Mamoswine just as I predicted, and right here, Superpower is really safe. He can go out into Heatran if he wants to, and I'll do a ton to that thing. Or if he stays in, I hit that as well. So my thought process is, if he's switching, he's going Tran, rather than anything else, because everything else takes a lot from U-turn. So let's see what happens. He does go out into that Heatran, I catch it with the Superpower, and I know 4%, whatever, I can just kill it with a Bullet Punch next turn. And Heatran is gone turn 2, which is awesome. Then Roserade comes out. I'm expecting a Hidden Power Fire right here. So I believe I switch into Latios. There you go. I go Latios. There's that Hidden Power. It's probably Fire because I resisted it and I have a Scizor. Now, what I should have done and what I thought about doing here was tricking, because I knew either Slowbro or Umbreon would be the only switch-ins right here. If he's predicting a trick, he could go Lopunny, but I really don't think. That was super unlikely to me. But yeah, so Umbreon or Slowbro are his plays right here. So I wish I tricked, but with Heatran gone, he has no Dragon Resist, so I'm gonna play kind of like I did last week and just drop a Draco every chance I can to come in, every chance I can get. So I drop a Draco, it does nothing to this Umbreon, and I'm gonna switch out right here, and I take 53% from Pursuit. You'll see in a second, people in the chat are gonna go like, wait, what kind of offensive Umbreon is that? But I calced it, and it's actually just a max roll from uninvested Umbreon. So this was not such a big deal. I didn't want to reveal that in the chat, but like there was no reason to freak out. This is not a crazy Umbreon set. I wasn't expecting the Pursuit though. I'd actually never seen that. So good play on Fancify's part. We're gonna go out into Reina right here to get up my Stealth Rock. This seems pretty free to me. As he goes Mamoswine, and I have to go into Sparkles right here as he gets up his own rocks. I go for the Bullet Punch because I'm not messing around with this threat, and I get just out of range, hopefully, of another. Well, no, not out of range. Never mind. But anyway, I take an Earthquake, and Leftovers puts me just over half, so that's pretty cool. I don't take another one though, but thankfully I don't have to because this thing just dies to another Bullet Punch so easily. He goes for Ice Shard just to get off some last-ditch effort damage, and I just kill this off, which that's Sparkles' second kill already, so that's pretty huge. This time on the Rose Raid that he brings in, I'm going to go Aerodactyl in case he predicts Latios and goes for Sludge Bomb or something. So Aerodactyl was a nice mid-ground play right here. I scare this thing out regardless. Yep, I can go for... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for Defog here. I could just attack, but I decided to go for Defog because I still have all 6 of my Mons, and I'm gonna have to pivot around this game and like do a lot of aggressive switching maybe to catch. Well, not maybe. But anyway, I'm gonna need to switch around in order to catch the threats I need to. So like with Mons such as that Weavile, such as that Manaphy and Latios with no recovery, I wanted to Defog here. I can just get up Rocks later with Nidoqueen. It's not hard. So I get my Mega Evolution off. I want to see what its initial response to Aerodactyl is as well. Now I know it's Slowbro, so I can just say Crunch next time. There you go. I go into Latios right here, and I dodge a Thunder Wave. That's nice. That would have sucked if my Latios got paralyzed right there. But I'm just gonna click, like I would have stayed in regardless. I'm just gonna trick anyway, and I trick this Slowbro with Choice Scarf, so this is pretty much useless. It can't do it much. I just have to kill it, right? So as he's Scarfed, he actually outspeeds my Latios, and he can Thunder Wave me as I go for the Draco here. As he switches out into Lopunny, I do a ton, and he just kills me off with that return, and I can just bring in an arrow now to revenge kill. Yeah, nothing else about that play really. I didn't think I needed Latios anymore. I had 5 other Mons that could deal with the rest of his team. So I calced it, and Crunch actually kills Lopunny from here. So Crunch is a no drawback play. I go for it, I catch that Slowbro, I do just under half, which is awesome. I'm gonna risk the burn here, because if I don't get burned, then he has no switch into this. My thought process at this point was that nothing can come in on Scissor's U-turn at all. I always do a ton of damage, and I always get momentum out of the turn, especially because he's Scarfed. So, there you go, I'm gonna pivot into Sparkles right here, and catch him with that U-turn, and I'm gonna go into Manaphy, and I don't think he's gonna switch out right here, because yeah, he just wouldn't want to give me a setup opportunity like that. Oops, what just happened? Yeah, okay, I want to be here. Yeah, so Manaphy's gonna come out, then he brings in his Rose Raid, and I accidentally calced Life Orb here. I was pretty blind this game. I didn't see that this was a Scarf Rose Raid, which is actually gonna come into play. But this is a Scarf Rose Raid, and I was calcing Life Orb the whole game, so I was under the impression that Leaf Storm killed me. I probably wouldn't have stayed in with Manaphy on this turn, but later you'll see that comes into play. Anyway, I switch out here, into Reyna as a bit of a sack, actually, because I don't even take the next one, but I just threw up rocks again, just kind of as a sack play. I'm gonna go into Weavile here just to gauge the damage I can do to this Umbreon and pressure as much as I can, because Weavile can kill all 3 of these mons. I do a ton to Umbreon with low kick, but he just wishes up, and basically, like, knowing now that I know that this is Scarf Roserade, I probably would have tried to preserve this, but what I'm gonna do is just stay in and keep attacking just so that he can't pass the wish into anything, especially that Lopunny. That's the thing I'm most afraid of getting healed back up. So yeah, Weavile just goes down without any kills yet again. And then I can bring in Sparkles, thankfully, because Amon just dropped. Free U-turn, and down goes Lopunny, and Arrow. What I did, I went Arrow here because if he went Roserade, he could kill, I was assuming, right, because I didn't think this was a Scarf Roserade, he could kill my other 2 mons right here, and so that's why I wanted to go Arrow, because I was fearing the Roserade more than I was fearing the Umbreon, and I thought I could switch into this Umbreon pretty easily anyway, because it's an Umbreon and it's passive and it doesn't do a lot of damage. Now, yet again, because this is not a Life Orb Roserade, I should have gone Manaphy on this turn when I saw his Umbreon come out, because I could have just set up and nuked it right there and not had to lose Nidoqueen. I just try to damage this thing, but this isn't worth it. This whole exchange here, trying to Earth Power it down. I'm not gonna get a Spadef drop or anything because I'm Sheer Force, and he can just wish up, and this was just a waste of Nidoqueen and not a great play. Now I'm gonna go out into Manaphy and Tail Glow up. He's gonna hit me with a foul play, more unnecessary damage. Now, I think that yeah, he went for foul play. Hydro Vortex, I think, would have killed the Roserade, actually, which is pretty insane to think about. Would have killed an offensive Roserade when it came in after Rocks. But yeah, it was a safe play regardless. Yeah, there you go. So then I throw off the Ice Beam in case he switches into Roserade. Nice, finally Manaphy gets a kill, and he just kills me off with that Giga Drain. Here's where I wish I preserved Weavile, because what it came down to right here is Scizor is only at 16%, so it can't even take a strong grass move. So I had to live the hit with Arrow and kill it with Wing Attack, or else I kinda lost this game. But if I preserved Weavile, that would just not have been a problem. I could have damaged it with Bullet Punch from Scizor or Arrow or whatever. And yeah, and just won like 2 or 3-0 regardless. But and yeah, this is where I realized that this is Scarf Roserade, obviously. At the very last second, this was not my finest moment. Anyway, thankfully Arrow takes the hit. I don't think that was a roll. I think I lived it always. And I kill him off with the Wing Attack, and that's GG to Fancify and the Charlotte Sharpedoes once again. He never gave me a YouTube link or anything, so you won't see a link in the description, I'm sorry. If Fancify wants to let me know later on if he has some kind of link he wants to give me, I'll be happy to put in the description of this video. But, yeah, overall, looking back at the game, the only plays I regret were around that Roserade. I should have identified the Scarf earlier. I was just kind of fixed in the Life Orb mindset, because that's the first thing I saw in the calc, and I don't know. And, like, it killed Manaphy. That was scary. I played around that, which was just... Obviously, it didn't make a huge difference in the end, as long as that wasn't the role. And I think I calculated and it wasn't, I think. Don't quote me on that, though. But yeah, Sparkle's MVP. Sparkle's MVP for sure. Once I took out that heat train, he had nothing for it, and it can just... rather, she could just come in and, and just come in and just kill stuff. Yeah, alright, cool. I'm not good at ending these videos, guys. But we just hit 20 minutes, so I think I'm going to finish it up right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you for my Week 3 game against Tony, one of my good pals, and the Toronto Star Raptors, I think, is his team name now. Alright, that's it for me, and I'll see you later.